I grew up on a ranch, and one of my favorite activities to do on the ranch is riding horses. Riding horses is not a complex activity and most anyone can do it, but in order to do it there are a few things that you need to know. The first thing you need to know is how to bridle your horse and saddle your horse. The second thing you need to know how to do is ride your horse to control your horse while you're on the horse. And the final thing you need to know how to do is unsaddle your horse and groom your horse. The first thing you need to do is catch your horse. And to do that, we usually just use the reins on your bridle and you put it around the horse's neck. And then your horse usually won't go anywhere once they have those around their neck. And then you put the bridle on. You put the top of the bridle above their head. And then you put the bit, which is this part, inside their mouth, like this. And then you put the bridle over top of their ears. And then you do the bridle up. According to McKay, it's important that the bit, which is this part right here, is between the horse's canines and molars. Once the horse has the bridle on, you can lead your horse into the barn to saddle the horse. Right now this horse is already partially saddled, so we don't have to lead him into the barn. But after that's on, you can put the saddle blanket on, which is this part right here. And according to McKay, it's important that the saddle blanket is a little bit behind the withers, which is right here on the neck of the horse. If it's up too high on the neck of the horse, it'll hurt them. And if it's too far back, it'll hurt them also. Once the saddle blanket is on, you need to make sure that there's the same amount of saddle blanket on each side of the horse so that saddle blanket is straight. After the saddle blanket's all situated, you can put the saddle on. Once the saddle, the first cinch that you do up is this one right here, and it's called the front cinch. And you grab it back here, and you do it up. It's important that you don't make it too tight because the horse still needs to be able to breathe. If there's no holes, you can just do a knot, and it's done like this. This is the only cinch that has to be done up on a horse because it's the cinch that holds the saddle in place the most. But there's two other cinches that also can be done, and this one right here is called the back cinch or the flank cinch. And you can put this on, and this one needs to be left really loose because it's right over the horse's belly. The other cinch that can be done up is this cinch, and this is called the breast collar. And you put it up right here. And then you have this piece right here that you can hook right here underneath the saddle. And all these cinches make sure that the saddle stays in place. Once all of the cinches are done up, then you're ready to get on your horse. To get on the horse, the first thing that you do is you have to put your left foot in the left stirrup, and then you use the saddle horn to pull your body up onto the horse. Once you're on the horse, you need to then know how to control the horse. Once you're on the horse, it's important that you keep your body straight because if your body is swaying or slouching, it's like you're a sack of potato on the back of the horse and they can feel the extra weight. That information is according to Rosk. Once you're on the horse, you can use the reins right here to control the horse. If you want your horse to go left, you put pressure on the right side of their neck and it turns them left. If you want the horse to go right, you put pressure on the left side and they go right. If you want the horse to stop, you pull back on the reins like this and they stop. You can also use your feet with the stirrups to control your horse. If you want your horse to go slow, you just tap them gently. If you want your horse to run, you tap them harder, and they'll know that you want them to go faster or you want them to slow down. Now that you know how to ride your horse, the next thing you need to know is how to get off your horse and unsaddle your horse. You get off your horse the same way that you got on. You put all the pressure in the left stirrup and then you swing your right leg over. It's important that you get off on the same side because horses are trained for one side, and if you get on or off the other side, it could spook them, and then you or the horse could get hurt. Once you have gotten off of your horse, the next thing that you can do is unsaddle the horse. And the first thing that you do to unsaddle the horse is you undo the breast collar right here. And you undo that by undoing the belt part. And then you could undo where you hooked it down here. And then you undo the back cinch or the flank cinch. And then you undo the front cinch. You undo this last because this is what's holding the saddle on most, and if the horse were to get spooked and this was already undone, the saddle could get dragged or the horse could get hurt. This information is according to westernsaddleguide.com. Once the saddle and all the cinches are undone, you can take the saddle off, and then you need to groom the horse. And it's important that you groom the horse daily because it helps the horse get used to having contact. This is according to SailNow. Grooming the horse before you ride them can make sure that nothing is on the horse's hair that could hurt them underneath the saddle. Grooming the horse after makes it so that all the sweat and mud that got on the horse is off, and that's also according to SailNow. Once all this is done, you can take the bridle off, and you just unhook it like this. And then the horse drops the bit. Riding a horse is one of my favorite things to do, and I'm glad that I could show you guys.